What's going on, guys? It's your boy Keith Frislid with Think Stocks, and I'm coming back at you with another educational video on the stock market. This time, we're going to take a step back and talk about compound interest and really the power of compound interest. Now, you guys may be sitting there, yeah, I know. I've heard this from elementary school, middle school, high school, whatever it might be, but I really just want to just hear me out for a couple of minutes. A lot of people won't invest because they don't realize how easy it is, how lucrative it is, and how rapidly your money can grow as long as you give it time, right? A lot of people think, I'll never be rich. I'm only making $30,000 a year. I took the wrong path in college. I have this bad degree. I have too many expenses. I have kids, a house, mortgage, whatever it might be. They'll come up with a million excuses when realistically, I don't care if you're making $100,000 a year or $25,000 a year. You can afford to invest and you could retire a millionaire. Watch this video and find out exactly how. All right, so I'm just gonna take a guess here, and you probably drink coffee. And if you don't drink coffee, maybe you drink energy drinks. You have some kind of vice. And maybe you don't, you're drinking alcohol on the weekends, and say you don't do any of that, somehow you are spending money for yourself, okay? Unless you're a complete stick in the mud and you wake up at 8 a.m., shower, go to work from 9 to 5, you go home, and you go to sleep. You do nothing. Maybe you walk up and down your block. But if you are doing something, you're paying for cable vision, you're drinking coffee, just you name it, right? But let's stick with coffee. Let's pretend all of us are coffee drinkers. We go to Starbucks. We spend $5 on our frappe, whatever, latte. You know what I'm trying to say. You're spending money every single day on something like that. That adds up over time. So if you spend $5 a day on coffee, it's coming to about $150 a month. That's something that you could save. That's something that you don't actually need. Or, I'm not saying give up coffee. You could actually buy a Keurig and a reusable K-cup, and it will cost you 16 cents a day to make a cup of coffee. You'll still have the same amount of energy. May not taste as good, but you get the point. Make a sacrifice like a cup of coffee a day and start investing. And we're gonna jump on the computer. I wanna show you the power of compound interest, even if you're just sacrificing that $5 cup of coffee a day. So if you go on Google, you can even do this yourself. Type in investment calculator. And if we pick the first one, calculator.net, it'll bring us to this. And this will kind of show us if we have money invested and the interest will gain over time and what our end balance will be. So let's pretend this is $0, okay? And let's say we have a nice full life ahead of us, 42 years. So I'm talking to everyone in college or just graduating college. If you're in college, there's a 99% chance you're hooked on coffee, Red Bull, or booze. One of those three. Or maybe vape pens. I don't know how much those cost, but you're doing something that's costing money that you can cut out of your life and use that money to start investing. Let's jump back to the computer. So let's say you have no money to your name. You got 42 years ahead of yourself before retirement. We're gonna invest in an index fund that will produce 10% a year on average. If you don't know how to do that, you can check out my other videos. But let's talk about that $150 a month, okay? If you take $5 and times that by 30 days in a month, that's $150. So you're telling me if you're making, whether it be $100,000 or $25,000, you can't sacrifice something like that and save money? I don't care how much you're making, because I've been there where I was only making 25, where I was only making 15,000, and then on the other end of the spectrum, making closer to six figures, where I could save that $150 a month. So I know you can too. You just got to make certain sacrifices. But if we click over here right on calculate, look at how compound interest works. You will be a millionaire by retirement. It's right here. Over $1 million by just saving $150 a month. And here's the crazy part. the amount of money you're actually investing is only $75,000. $935,000 is making up all of the interest that you make. Almost $1 million in interest. You're only investing $75,000. But here's where people get discouraged. Let's go to monthly schedule, and this will show you. This breaks it down all nicely. Your starting amount, what you put in each month, then how much you'll have, how much you'll make in interest, add that together, and it adds it up. And here's the first year. When you first start, you're making $1.20 the first month in interest, $2.40 the second month, $3.62. After you've done it for 12 months, you feel great, and you're only making $13.69. Does not sound like you're making any good progress. You are doing it for 5 years straight, and you're only making $100 a month. You're thinking, what is this possibly going to do for me? Well, let's jump down even further. Let's go 10 years. You'll start to see the numbers start to pick up. Look at this. And this is still only investing that $150 a month. After 10 years, now you're making an extra $200 a month or $250 a month. That's purely off of interest. Let's fast forward another 10 years. Now you're making around $900 a month purely off of interest. Your account has grown to 6 figures, and you've only invested $36,000. Let's fast forward another 10 years. This is where things really start to pick up. You're bringing in an extra $2,500 a month on interest alone. You now have over $300,000 saved, and that's from that $150 a month, $5 a day. Now let's look at the fun numbers. Let's fast forward to 40 years. You're a couple years away from retirement. You're bringing in $6,000 a month on interest. This is $6,000 that you're making each month on interest alone. You retire at 42 years. You're now bringing in $8,000 a month on interest alone. And here's the best part. You retire, you have $1 million in the bank account. You see that you're making $8,000 a month by doing nothing now. That could be more than what you're making when you retire. And you're not going to pull all $1 million out. It's not like you're just going to pull out that $1 million and spend it on whatever you want. No, you're going to live your life. Your house is going to be paid off for. Your car is going to be paid off for. Your kids are going to be off to college, whatever it might be. And you may think, okay, this month, how much money do I need? I only need $5,000. So I only take $5,000 out. And you let that compound interest continue to grow. As long as you never spend more than what you're making each month, it will continue to grow and grow. And this is projected if you're 23 years old and you're retiring at 65. Well, I have grandparents that are in their 80s. If they did something like this, by now, they would have millions of dollars. I'm talking about $3, $4, or $5 million. And they would be able to live below their means, spending a decent amount a month. Would you imagine spending $5,000 to $6,000 a month, especially for someone just starting out? This is the true power of compound interest. You hardly need any money to start. You saw it, $150 a month, that's $5 a day. That's your cup of coffee. Give that up, make coffee at home, stop drinking as much over the weekends, don't buy Red Bull because that's garbage for your body anyway. Whatever it might be, make these very small sacrifices in life. I'm not saying change everything and, only eat in every single night. I go out and spend a decent amount of money on food. I like food. But what I'm saying is you make these very small sacrifices in life, open up an IRA, 401k, or brokerage account, and put that $5 a day into that account, you'll be a millionaire. There's no avoiding it. You can't avoid it. But that's all I have for you guys. That's the power of compound interest. Let me know if this video was helpful. If you have any questions, just leave a comment. I'll answer all of them. Hit that subscribe and like button for all of you people that have already been following me. I know this video might sound a little repetitive because I always talk about this. This is for the new folks. Compound interest is super important. See you guys in the next one.